Hey guys, it's Min here from House of Cards. I'm back with another monthly tutorial video. This month we've got a sketch, and this is kind of showing you what the sketch looks like. But the technique I'm going to teach you is what I've done here on my focal panel. I'm calling it faux quilting. You might have seen it as faux pressed flowers too, but let me see if I can get closer. If you can see, it's a piece of glitter paper with some punched images glued to it, and then they're textured. And so I'm going to show you how to make this. It's really super easy. Okay, so what are you going to need? Well, you're going to need your die cut shapes. I'm doing ovals, but our sketch can use any shape. So if you wanted to do squares, you could do squares. I just cut out 2 die cut ovals. This is going to be my mat, so I'm going to put that away. And then you need your punched out images, and I'm choosing to do some snowflakes because it's getting close to Christmas time. Okay, and these are punched out with cardstock, but you could punch them out with another pattern paper. I just didn't have another pattern paper that went well with this glittery silvery bluish paper. So I found a blue cardstock that was close to it, and that's what I'm going to use. So you're also going to need a glue pen, and I like this Zig 2-way glue pen, but you could also use a glue stick. That works really well too. So you're going to need that. And then you're going to need something to do your dry embossing with. This is the folder that I'm going to use. It's from Stampin' Up. I think it's called Lattice or something like that. But this is the dry embossing folder I'm going to use. And I'm just going to use my Sizzix purse instead of my huge Sizzix to run that through. And then you're going to want some really sharp scissors to trim. And that's pretty much it. So the first step you're going to do after you cut out all your shapes is you're going to take your little punched out shapes and you're going to add the 2-way glue to the back all over it. Like, you need to get it on there really good, especially if you're trying to stick it to glitter paper, because for some reason these do not want to stick to glitter paper really well. And then you put the first one where you want it, push it down really good. Did you see? Came off. Sometimes when you're putting it on glitter paper, it helps to let the 2-way glue pen dry just a little bit, because then it gets tacky. See, this is still coming up. So let me try it again. Let me put some more glue on. Sorry about that. Wasn't doing that when I wasn't making the video. It's just wanting to cause problems. Okay, so I'm going to be more careful pushing that down. Okay, so I've got my first one on there. Now I'm going to do my second one. And I'm getting it really glued up. Like I said before, you really want it to have a lot of glue on it. I'm going to place that right up here, push that down. The cool thing is, if it's not sticking really well to your paper, I promise it will once it goes through the dry embossing folder, okay? Because that's going to kind of push it down even better. The last one. I'm getting the glue on there really good. That's why I have this white copy paper, or if you have a craft mat, that works too. This was just handy close to my computer, because you're going to definitely get glue places. Push that down. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can wait to trim it until after it goes through the dry embossing folder, but I like to trim it before so that I don't get a bunch of glue on my dry embossing folder. Okay, so to do that, I don't like that that's not sticking. To do that, you're going to take your piece of cardstock with your punches glued on like this, and just turn it over and trim around your edges. Okay, so that it's just the curve of the oval. This way you're not going to get any glue or sticky stuff on your dry embossing folder, which can sometimes be a pain to clean. So that's why I trim this first. Okay, so then what I have is I have this oval that has these partial snowflakes on it. Okay, so let me set this stuff aside. So then you've got to decide which side you want pushing up, and I like this where the cross is more full instead of less full, so it's going to look more like a faux cross stitch. And so I'm going to put mine face up on that so that when it goes through my dry embossing folder, this is going to push up and give it that quilted feel. Okay, so you just put that in there. I'm going to layer it in between my things. I'm going to grab my Sizzix purse and I'm going to run it through, and I hope you can see. I hope I scooted it back enough. It's going to go almost all the way through, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it back through the opposite way. I hope you can see that. And the reason I do that is to get a really good impression, okay? So when you take it out of your embossing folder, let me move this. You've got that quilted look. Isn't that cool? And it kind of, you can definitely tell that they're the snowflakes on there. I hope you can see it. You can definitely tell that there are the snowflakes on there. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your quilted piece and your mat, and you're going to add lots of adhesive to this so that it can stick to your mat. Since it's textured, you're going to need a lot. Usually I'm all about saving adhesive, but this is one where you do not want to. And then you're going to adhere it to your mat, and then you can add this to your card. So let me show you my card again. Here's my card, and what I did to the centers of the snowflakes was I added little blue pearls to tie in with these blue pearls and kind of put the whole thing together and make it look more cohesive, like a finished project, okay? And then I add my little sentiment. And notice, if you see our sketch, I chose to do a different shape right here and kind of elongate it. You can do whatever you want to with our sketch as long as we can tell that you were inspired by it. So if you wanted to do something this way and have your just sentiment right up here on top, that's fine. If you wanted to turn it this way, that's fine. If you wanted to have that on top, that's fine. Whatever way you want to. Just make sure that we can tell that you used our sketch, okay? So that's it for this month. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's really quick, really simple. It'll give your projects a wow. Faux quilting, folks. Until next month, hugs and happy stamping. Bye.